What's good, creatives? Welcome back to my channel. What is everybody up to during this quarantine? What is everybody doing? I want you to first off go down to the comments and let me know what you're doing to cope with this weird ass time that we're going through right now. I went to Twitter and I went to IG and I asked for some Q&A so I can make a quarantine Q&A from Instagram and Twitter questions. So before we get into that, I want to let you guys know that I have been working on Colorado vlog. I have been working on another new vlog. I've been working on a lot of stuff and I've been really spaced out with the time periods that I work. For some odd reason, I've been really lazy. I'm not even gonna say lazy, I'm gonna say distant from my work. So I typically never watch TV shows. I don't even own cable. I'll get on Netflix sometimes and I like to go to the movies. Now that I can't go to the movies, now that I can't go out as much as I like to and go create and do the things that I typically do, I've been watching a lot of Netflix series. So I never watched Walking Dead in my life, but I just started it a few days ago and I'm already about to be on season 3. What have I been doing? I've been missing out. I know a lot of you are probably gonna be like, yeah, you should have been watched that. I've seen it like 3 years ago. Shit's tight. I really am enjoying it thoroughly. Other than that, I've just been trying to find the motivation and inspiration to get into working. I'm sure everybody's dealing with the same problem, kind of unsure, uncertain, not really having the motivation or the inspiration sparking to get work done or even work on projects that we've even shot. I don't know. Maybe not. It's weird. It's a weird time. And to be completely honest with y'all, Netflix and Call of Duty have been my best friend. I've been playing Warzone like crazy. Let's get into this Q&A. And I can't even get to the questions because I deleted the Instagram and Twitter apps. Let me install the apps back on my phone real quick and let's get back into this. Any day now. Twitter's downloading faster. Oh, Twitter's first. Okay, we're gonna go on Twitter. Now I'm just gonna go through these questions really quick because there's a lot and I kind of want to cover as many good ones as I can. Shot by FRZZ said, sorry, I don't want to butcher your name. Do you ever miss using the glidecam or you've officially graduated to motorized gimbals? I always miss using my glidecam. It was just amazing, fluid, smooth, but the motorized gimbals are just way easier. So yeah, I'm taking the easy, comfortable route out, I guess. CamDB_ says, what's your payment process for clients to pay you for music videos? Well, I always take a deposit up front to book the artist's date in and get the process rolling, and the remainder of the payment is due the day that we shoot before we even start shooting. Got to get your money beforehand because you don't want to get asked out. Cozy Briz said, how do you find creators to collaborate with in photography and videography? Well, I look on YouTube. I find people on YouTube. You can look up hashtags on Instagram or Twitter. I'm sure you can find creators in your area. Just type in the city and what you're looking for. Maybe pound Atlanta photographers, pound Atlanta videographers, pound music videos, ATL, I don't know. Just look around, kind of browse around the internet. You should be able to find some people that are around the same level as you. That's another thing. Don't try to hit somebody up that has like 500,000 followers and you only have 5,000 followers and expect them to like reach back out and collaborate with you. Try to work with people that are on the same level as you. So you see somebody 10,000 followers just like you, hit them up, try to work with them, especially if you like their work. Here's a really good one by my boy Jaheem, the creator. I keep thinking that my creations have to be perfect before I upload. How do you overcome that feeling? I know all creators have it. Definitely, we all have it. That's the reason why I haven't been uploading as frequently myself. I guess overcoming it is understanding that nothing will ever be perfect. Even if you upload it and then look back at it a month later, you're probably gonna see flaws in it because you'll progress and get better, and you'll be like, dang, I wish I would have did this differently. And then even if you thought it was totally perfect when you uploaded it, you're gonna find a flaw in it later down the road and be like, dang, I should have did this differently. So nothing's never gonna be perfect. We kind of just gotta look at it like done is better than perfect. So just get it done and get it to the best of your likings and get it out and start on your next project. Do you find yourself capturing better shots handheld or with a gimbal? As weird as it sounds, I find myself limited with a gimbal. How is that for you? Gimbals are limiting. You can only get a specific looking shot with a gimbal. I think every style of shooting has its purpose. Handheld looks good in some scenarios, gimbals look good in some scenarios. So use them for what they're meant for. Use them for those specific scenarios. I like some handheld stuff for certain situations. I like some gimbal stuff for some situations. I kind of just look at it and figure out what style would be the easiest or the best looking for the scenario that I'm actually in at the moment. KY the creative says, is your business suffering due to the virus? If so, during the quarantine, what things are you doing now to make things pick back up? My business isn't really suffering right now because this is what I do anyway. I find myself in my house locked and trapped away editing all the time anyway. I'm always looking out the window like, dang, I should go outside today. Nah, I'm just gonna sit here and edit. So it's really not anything different from what I already do. What I do is I work with a lot of brand stuff. They send it to me. I make content around it. I send them videos and pictures back to their email or whatever. I do YouTube, I do music videos as well, but I haven't really been doing that many lately because I haven't really been that inspired with music videos lately, especially like with low paying clients. Makes you not even want to do it anymore. It's like, I don't know. We'll talk about that in another video though. And find ways to create at home, man. Make a YouTube channel, make content for brands, send it to them. There's stuff in your house, right? Go find some stuff with the brand, the camera companies, take photos, make a video based around one of the pieces of your gear, send it to their IGs, emails. There's like tons of things that you can do at home to make money right now. My boy Jayhawk asked the question. He was actually at our New York meetup. What's up, my boy? How are you and your son doing during all of this? And how are you looking in Warzone, bro? So me and my son Ace, we're super good. He's been with me for the past couple weeks. I went to Orlando like 4 weeks ago to go to Universal Studios with him. By the time we got back, all this stuff started stirring up. I didn't send him back to school. I kept him out. And it ended up somebody was actually positive with the virus at his school. So I'm glad that I didn't send him back to school, for one. For two, we just been locked in the house, staying really sanitary, just playing with toys, playing the game. And like you said, how am I in Warzone? Almost like 200 and some kills, probably like 277 on the kill streak. Warzone's a vibe, man. If anybody wants to play Creative Run ATL, Activision is Creative Run ATL, hit me up. Let's run some Warzone. Die Rich Donnie says, what's your favorite documentary at this time? I really love them. Don't get me wrong, I love documentaries and stuff like that, but I haven't really been like searching for documentaries to watch. I think one that I really enjoy is the one from Black, 6LACK. It was very simple. It was on Apple Music. I think they did like a 2-part to it. It was like a Apple Music documentary. Absolutely loved it. I think it's because I actually enjoy him as an artist and his style, but the way they shot it and the way they pieced it together with the music and the emotion, it was just amazing. So if you haven't checked that out, go look up 6LACK, which is Black, on Apple Music. He has a small documentary on there. Check it out. That's it for Twitter. Let's jump over to Instagram. There was a ton on Instagram, so I'm gonna go through and pick the best ones. Christina J Media said, what are your favorite things to do with Ace? So me and Ace, we typically like to go to the trampoline park together. We like to go watch movies together. We hit the park up. We ride bikes and rollerblade. Ace really loves Transformers. He's a big Transformer fan, so sometimes we play with the Transformers and we build. He's also a really big Lego fan, so we'll go buy sets of Legos and build them together. Those are just some of the things that we like to do. There's tons more. What was your big turning point in your career as a creator and what changed? I think my big turning point was moving to Atlanta and getting plugged in with some of the people that I had connections with via Twitter and Instagram. I was working with people like Roscoe Dash and K Camp from Virginia, where I was actually born. When I finally came down and moved down because I was having my son Ace, this was in 2015, I shot a music video called Pull Up and Go Up for my boy K Camp. And after I shot that, I kind of started getting a lot of recognition from some other directors in the Atlanta area, and I just started vlogging at that time too for my YouTube. Kind of like, it was like the beginning of my YouTube drive, and things just started changing. I started getting more traction, more views on my YouTube, started getting more subscribers on YouTube and more followers on Instagram, and things just started going up, and I started getting booked a lot more. I don't necessarily think that it was because of an artist or anything like that. I mean, that helped, but I think that vlogging and showing behind the scenes and kind of making topics on YouTube that were valuable to other photographers and videographers was really what dialed in on people finding out who I was and really enjoying the content that I put out, which just helped me grow a platform, and everything went up from there. DJ Lady B says, when are you dropping new merch? I'm actually working with a company right now to get the merch all done and ready so we can start dropping here in spring or hopefully by summer. A_Mendoza_, sorry if I butchered that, says, what's your turnaround time for a music video? My turnaround time could be anywhere from 12 hours to a month. It just depends on a lot of different factors. It depends on, one, how motivated and inspired I am from the actual song and the shots that I got. It also depends on when the artist actually needs it or when they're dropping, and it also depends on how heavy my workload is. How much stuff do I have that I've already shot in front of this project? But if I'm super inspired and motivated to go home and edit it right then and there, I could get it knocked out within 12 to 24 hours, or it could be a week, it could be 3 days, or sometimes it could be a month if I have a lot of work piled up or I just don't enjoy that project in its entirety, unfortunately. Just being honest. My boy Wicked Weed said, if you could pick anywhere in the world to quarantine free of charge, where would it be? It depends on who I could bring with me, but I don't know. I don't know. I would probably want to be like at a nice, exotic, crazy looking beach, something with palms, cliff sides, and oceans crashing against the water. I would love that. That would probably be like the best place to quarantine for me. So Country Cody said, what was your life like before you picked up cameras? So before I picked up a camera, I was doing graphic design work, and I was also working at a million different places. I worked at Kroger, Giant, Food Line, CVS, Dairy Queen. I worked at so many different places. I just could never like work for somebody else. It was just too hard for me. I had to work for myself. Lens Flare 40 said, what would you choose, GH5 or EOS R for music, videos, and content creation? That's easy. I like the color science of Canon. I would pick the EOS R right now in this time and this era right now. GH5 is fire though. I can't can't lie, GH5 super dope, but for content creation, like day-to-day stuff and just a driver that can do it all, EOS R. So Nick Lambert said, what are some pointers you have for growing a portfolio and getting clients? For one, you want to only create content around the stuff that you actually enjoy. So if you enjoy doing music videos, only do music videos that you enjoy the song. If you enjoy doing car photography, only take pictures of the cars that you really like and the angles that you really like and color them the way that you really like. Make stuff from you. Take all your best projects, the ones that you like the most, and put it together into a portfolio. You can use Instagram as a portfolio, post all your work on there and just send people there, and look for other people online that may need the services that you provide. Makuko social media, I think I butchered that, sorry. What's the worst toppings to put on a pizza? I personally will never, ever, 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 ever in my life put anchovies on a pizza. Disgusting. Yo, Fig said 18 to 35, is it good for photography or just videos? The 18 to 35 Sigma Art 1.8 is probably one of the golden lenses of all time. It's probably one of the best lenses that you could get. It works for everything. It doesn't just work for photography. It goes on your camera, and whatever your camera shoots, it's gonna make it look good through that glass. That glass is good. It's not only good for one specific thing. I don't think any lens is just good for one thing. It can be good for both. It's about your camera. If your camera's good for video or photo. But anyway, the 18 to 35, amazing lens. There are so many freaking questions. Wow. That Selby says, I think I pronounced that right. My question is, in your view, will the R5 make waves like the 5D Mark II did? Maybe. I think so. The R5 seems like the specs on it are just next level compared to what's out right now on DSLRs or mirrorless. The R5 might be crazy, but me, I don't like making a lot of assumptions. I want to wait until everything is set in stone and you can actually see it and you can actually buy it, because everybody gets super hype off rumors, and that's just not the way to go. Wait till things are set in stone. But I do believe that the R5 will be a dope ass camera. This is Brad B said, best low light / concert lens under $500. I don't do concerts, but I know that low aperture lenses are good in low light because you can drop that aperture down. So anything with like a 1.2, 1.8, 1.4, somewhere down there, even a 2.8 would be good for low light. And I think something for concerts would be something that's punched in, a good focal length, maybe 35, 50, 85 millimeters. You might just want to get a zoom lens, but then again, I don't know. Depends on what camera you're shooting on. There's so many factors that go into figuring out the best lens. So you kind of got to just figure out, do you have a crop sensor camera or do you have a full frame camera? How close do you want it to be? Do you want to get pictures of people's faces? Do you want to get pictures of people's body? Depending on the focal length. It's a lot of different factors, man. Me personally, if I was taking pictures at a concert, what lens would I pick up? I'd probably do like a 50 millimeter, maybe a 35 millimeter. I would definitely get Sigma Art for crispy, sharp photos in that low aperture range, 1.4 area. Something like that, a 50 or a 35 with a low aperture, and Sigma Art definitely. Bob Creates Photos says, how are you staying creative during these times? I've been having a hard time, I'm sure, just like all of you probably are as well. I think what messes me up is seeing too much of other people's stuff. I think it's good to back away from social media and kind of just write down ideas that you have and figure out stuff that you want to do. Do you want to make a product video of some products? Maybe you got some new fashion in from a company and you want to make some video or photo around it and send it back to them, or if you want to get paid for it. I don't know, just come up with ideas. Maybe you want to make a video about your light or your process on how you edit photos and put it on YouTube. Do you shoot with an off-camera flash? I didn't want to butcher another name, sorry. But the answer to that question is no. I don't own a external flash. I usually just shoot with natural light. I think that was one of the best things that I did starting out as a beginner. I learned how to make things look good with natural lighting without any lighting. So by the time that I got lighting, it was just that much easier for me to make stuff look good. You can make stuff in natural lighting and you can still make it look good, but once you get lighting, everything just becomes golden. But to answer your question, I don't shoot with a flash at all. I just shoot natural lighting or when it's bright outside, and I don't really shoot at nighttime. I just won't take a picture until the next day when the sun's back out. I'm not gonna get this name right. SALMI_NATA says, how you edit your photos. I'm gonna make a video on how I edit my photos for Instagram, and I'm gonna show you which preset I use, so I'm gonna let everybody know every little ounce of everything about how I edit my photos for Instagram. Coming soon. Biggest deal breaker in a relationship: no compromise, or maybe no communication. No, actually understanding. There has to be understanding. If you want to be with somebody, there has to be understanding. A level of understanding on both ends. Last but not least, Poncho_HN said, talk about your inks, all my tattoos. I'll make a video about these soon. soon. I'll talk about my inks. I think it'll be cool to sit down and talk about why I got some of the ink that I got and why some of my tattoo choices might have been a bit of a mistake. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about all that. But that's it for today, man. I'm done answering questions. There were so many more. I'm sorry if I didn't get to your question. I appreciate everybody taking their time out on Instagram and on Twitter to ask me questions. I hope that I answered some stuff that you were interested in knowing about me, and if you want to know more, then maybe we'll do another Q&A later down the road. But for now, I need to get on the computer. I got so many different things I need to do. Oh my god. My boy YC Imaging gets out videos so freaking often. I don't know how he does it. He's so good at just knocking things out and focusing on one thing at a time. Me, I get like a million ideas and I want to do it all at once, and I just get overwhelmed and go lay down in my bed and watch freaking movies and fall asleep. And watch YC's videos. All right, I'm out. So if you enjoyed this video, slap that like button. Drop me a comment down below if you have any other questions. I'll try to answer them on my downtime because I am quarantined right now. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace, deuces up, A-Town down, bow.